Sew a baby blanket. Baby blankets keep your precious package all snug and warm during the cold months and serves as a great mat to play on during the summer months. A lot of these baby blankets can be bought in stores all over, but you can save a few bucks by making your own. Making your own baby blanket is easy and you can personalize it any way you want. All you need to do is get the kind of materials you want to make that baby blanket and a whole lot of love to sew into the seams. You'll need the following materials: thread of color, needle, scissors, sewing machine, a yard of fabric, a yard of coordinating soft solid fabric, satin, fur, wool, a yard of cotton batting, safety pins. Follow the steps below on how to stitch your own baby blanket. First layer. Lay out the yard of fabric. This will be the top layer of your baby blanket. Since this will be the top of the blanket, you can opt for prints depending on the gender of the baby. Floral prints, hearts, cute cartoon characters for girls, and geometric, animal, space prints for boys. You can also opt for the traditional blue for boys, pink for girls color. Either way, you've got your gender bases covered. Cut up fabric. Take the top layer fabric, cotton batting, and the coordinating solid fabric and measure them to the dimensions you want your blanket to turn out as. After measuring, cut the 3 layers of the blanket out into equal squares. Layer the fabrics. Beginning with the cotton batting, layer the other 2 fabrics above it. You'll be turning over the blanket inside out after stitching, so make sure that the right sides of the 2 fabrics face each other. Pin the layers together. The first step to stitching is to make sure that the fabrics do not get out of place. When this happens, you come up with an uneven baby blanket. Take your safety pins and pin the layers together so they don't skew during the stitching. Begin stitching. Take the blanket to your sewing machine and use of a 1/2 inch seam to stitch the blanket together. As you come to each pin on the blanket, remove it. Work your way through all 4 sides, leaving a 5-inch gap on one side. This is where you will eventually turn the fabric inside out. Turn it inside out. Trim away any uneven fabric from the blanket's corners and seams and turn the fabric inside out. Seal the 5-inch gap by folding in the outer fabric to about 1.5 inches. Use the smallest stitch setting on your sewing machine to seal it up. Finishing touches. The basic baby blanket is now done, and you can put in some personal touches to the blanket by sewing a border on the sides. You can attach the border by sewing them 1/4 to 1 inch from the borders. You can also put in simple patterns cut from either your excess cloth or different colored cloth so that it will stand out from the rest of the blanket.